Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, I want my son to ride the limousine. Sure, if he has a coffin to be in. Entitled parent put me into debt to buy a car for her spoiled second child. My dad embarrassed me at one of my favorite stores over me buying Christmas presents. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I want my son to ride the limousine. Sure, if he has a coffin to be in. So, sorry for any grammatical errors, but I am Italian and I do not know English very well. Also sorry if this is not an incredibly long or exciting story, but I thought it would be funny to read. This happened a couple of weeks ago. It was the day of my grandmother's funeral. She died in a hospital, and I was outside talking to the owner of the funeral company. This dude was also my godfather, and I had a very good relationship with him. It might sound weird that my godfather is the owner of a funeral company, but to me, it's not. He's known me since I was a baby, and he treated me like I was his son. Also, to me, his job is just like any other job, and it even has its benefits. Anyways, here we go. I was, and still am, 17. This story's cast is EM, entitled Mother. GF, my godfather, not girlfriend. EK, entitled Kid, even though he doesn't play a huge role in the story. Me, yours truly. We were just outside the hospital, talking to each other. Parked in front of us were all the company vehicles, including the one you are all thinking about. All of a sudden, EM approached us. EM, hello. Me, hello. EM had her kid just next to her and he was holding a drink. EM, I was wondering if my son could take a ride on the limousine. She then pointed her finger to the hearse. I think it's called like that in English. It took me a while to respond for two reasons. The first one was because that day I had so many thoughts going through my head, and a stranger coming to me out of nowhere caught me by surprise. I am a very introverted person, and I find it difficult to talk to people I don't know. The second reason was because I was holding my laugh. She legitimately thought that the hearse was a limousine. Me, I'm sorry to say this, but that's not. EM, are you going to say no to a little child? At this point, I don't know what to say. Me, miss, believe me. You don't want your son to go in that thing. EM, ugh. Why are you so stingy? Even if he spills his drink in the limousine, it won't be a problem. You have enough money to buy a limousine, so you'll surely have enough to clean it. This is when my godfather gets in. GF, excuse me, miss. What do you want to do? EM, I want my son to ride the limousine. My godfather then said the most epic thing I have ever heard. GF, thinks for a bit. Well, sure, he can ride the limousine. But only if he has a coffin to be in. EM is a bit confused about the response. She takes a good second look at the limousine, and then she realized. I have no idea how she confused a hearse for a limousine. Perhaps the company logo was out of her view or something. However, when she realized the mistake, her skin got pale and she just walked away as fast as she can with her kid. Me and GF just look at each other and start laughing. This is my first post on here and I hope this goes on r/ because he's the best. Have a good day. EP, if you want to be in the limo, son, you have to get in the coffin I made for you. Make sure to make yourself comfy. That was brilliant of your godfather. No wonder he is his godfather. The savageness is over 9,000. Entitled parent put me into debt to buy a car for her spoiled second child. Yup. You read that correctly. My mother is very entitled. Actually, you cannot do anything apart from what she is demanding. She cannot communicate, or she is not willing to comprehend anything that you are actually communicating. In 2018 she demanded me to sign some papers for a new car. Basically she was buying a new car under my name, so when I would get my license, that car would be mine. I thought she was paying in cash. Instead, to buy a Fiat 500 for my sister, she made me sign a loan. I didn't know it, so she could fully pay my sister's car and let her live her life debt-free. I did not have that privilege. This kind of financial abuse/bullying literally set me under every achievement anyone my age had. I had to focus on survival, so no degree for me. No license for me. Nothing. Had to spend my days worrying how to repair her disastrous choices. I literally need like a good 7/8 of therapy just because of the financial abuse. No one I know had the same experiences. It's also very alienating. I have PTSD from debts collectors threatening me. Some of them were also very sorry and compassionate. That's fraud. You can solve this legally. Thankfully, I did resolve this. It was hard. It was painful and humiliating. But the scars are very much there, still. I did. My parents thought they would be slick and took out a car loan in my name, then put the car, the taxes, the insurance, everything in my name. When I found all this out, I decided I had myself a new car and took it. Not a thing they could do about it. Even cleaned out my bank account for the down payment. Nice try. I hope you cut off that financially abusive witch of a mother who only cares about her and your sister. What she did can put her in prison, as it is considered fraud and possible identity theft since she used your info for a loan that you did not want. I did read the comments that you did get this sorted legally. Which is good. But it still should not have happened anyway. I can see how terrible your mother was, and glad you are working forward. Parents should never traumatize their children. If I let her, my mother would financially abuse me. My dad embarrassed me at one of my favorite stores over me buying Christmas presents. Hello my jeepers creepers and creepy crawlers of Reddit. This is a bit of a shorter downer post since it happened today and it still hurts, just need to vent. So about a month ago, I went to one of me and my sister's favorite stores in the mall with my cousin and her boyfriend and got 2 anime figures for my sister's birthday coming up that month. However, I missed the return limit on the receipt as I didn't plan to return it, until I decided to be petty and return it after my sister went on a mean spree. My dad drove me and we went to return it, however cause it was past the day limits I couldn't get the money back. But my dad, who I always had a strange relationship with emotion-wise, advised me to walk around the store, so I did. I come back and not only did they return the figures but gave me $99 gift card to use up until January. I was happy, though I found out later I only got it cause my dad went in deep detail to the cashiers about my autism and basically made it sound like I was an idiot. I always feel uncomfortable using my autism as some sort of pity reward. I even hate going through the process of getting a fast pass during an amusement park trip. Anyway, November is my time of year to go out of my way and buy gifts for Christmas, and I decided to use the gift card to pay for gifts for my cousin, my sister, and my mom entrusted me to get some stocking stuffers. I was left alone as my dad wandered the store and found a cool item for my cousins and an anime figure from my sister's favorite anime. Pricing wasn't a huge thing for me since I had the card and store rewards. The item was $23 and the figure was about $60, so adding up it would have $83 in total, which was fine, and so I headed up to the counter and was in the middle of paying. The guy just scanned the items and I got the gift card out when my dad finally showed up beside me and looked at what I was getting. He saw the price of the figure and lost it. He said that's too much money and that I couldn't return it, which I didn't plan on to. I just returned the figures last time to not reward my sister's behavior on me and get my money back, and started telling the cashier to remove it. I argue back at him that it's fine, I have enough, and I wasn't going to return it. We went back and forth with him, louder this time, told the guy to remove the figure and apologize for my behavior. I just stood there wanting to crawl in a pit and disappear. The cashier was looking at me with very obvious pity and discomfort of the whole thing as he removed the figure. I paid and my dad decided to show other gifts I can get my sister instead. He showed me this mini LED mushroom light. It's cute, but she doesn't have room for it. He showed me a plushie of her Hogwarts house. Again, it's cute, but we have dogs that'll rip that to shreds and she wouldn't like it. He showed me this My Neighbor Totoro rice bowl. Again, cute, but we don't have room for things like bowls and cups. We left right after and I'm dreading returning to that store after today. I know I have to in order to get my sister something, but gods do I hate going to mall stores a second time a month, and now with my dad treating me like an idiot in front of so many people over $80 I can easily pay with or without that gift card cause I saved up so much. Again, I just wanted to vent for right now. Thanks for allowing me to rant a bit, sorry y'all. Hun, I am sorry he embarrassed you. Trust me, the clerks aren't going to think about it and I doubt they'll even remember. But if they do, it won't be you they think badly of. I read something online once that basically said no one remembers those embarrassing moments except you. Shit dude, I lie awake some nights and think about dumb shit I did in the 5th grade. I promise you that no one remembers it but me. And if the cashier does randomly remember what happened, I bet he sympathizes with you and felt bad for how you were treated. I can pretty much guarantee that the clerks thought your father was a massive jerk, not you. You'd be surprised how many weird things like that happen when you're a cashier. Don't worry, they probably won't remember you on sight, and if they do, they'll know well it wasn't your fault. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.